Oh, my friends, you're lucky people this morning because we get not one but two chunks of Ann Connor, double dose of EC, because he's going to give us the next 3 days movie recommendations, starting with today's, but also later on in the programme, we're going to hear his Christmas recommendations and just one from me. Good morning, Van. Merry Christmas, buddy. Thanks for sticking around for a double chat this morning. And you're starting with an interesting film for today's recommendation, are you? It's kind of Christmas Eve, or whatever it is tonight.
Well, you know what? I'm going Yves Saint Laurent on you. I'm going full fashion house. So I'm going to start. I'm going to start December the 22nd this year with, I think, an underrated Ridley Scott movie. This was Ridley Scott going full Joan Collins dynasty. I don't know what we're calling it, but House of Gucci is premiering tonight on BBC Two at 9 p.m. And did you see this one? I'm a big fan of this one. Did you see this one, Paul?
I did enjoy it, but I thought it was very much a kind of, with all respect, a kind of pantomime version of what the true story is. But all the better for it. I thought anything Ridley Scott touches can be, even if it's a failure, it's always a fascinating failure. And this isn't a failure.
Absolutely. You say panto, in which case absolutely perfect for Crimbo.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Absolutely. Oh, yes, it is. So, Adam Driver, Jeremy Irons, Lady Gaga, and, of course, Jared Leto, who, at this point, he's sweating olive oil in this one. This is absolutely the movie you want out of Ridley Scott does, as the title says, The House of Gucci. And do you know what? The movie, it's what it says on the tin. I saw this in the US a couple of years, back in 2021 when it came out, and it was my first experience of an American multiplex, where they have the all-you-can-eat popcorn buffet, and I feel like this was absolutely the way to see that. Just fill up on all the snacks you can, settle down, and just enjoy old-fashioned, just full-blown melodrama. Like this is absolutely the kind of movie I think the actual House of Gucci would appreciate. I'm going to have a clip for you in a second, and it's Lady Gaga just going full tilt boogie, full Joan Collins mode on the story of the corrupt fashion house. Like I say, Adam Driver in the lead. Jeremy Irons not really doing much acting, just playing Jeremy Irons. And as I say, Jared Leto just in a fat suit, in the three-piece, full waistcoat popping at the button seams. This is one to behold. But of course, the star is Gaga herself. She was a proper thesp in the A Star Is Born remake, but no, this is her going for that full scenery chewing panto mode. We all love this. This is a good time. I've got the clip for you. This is Lady Gaga just mozzarella spitting at the seams. Enjoy House of Gucci.
Here we go.
You ever steal anything, Paula? What? Forgive me. I'm trying to teach Alessandra the importance of not touching other people's belongings. I don't consider myself a particularly ethical person, but I am fair. What I cannot wrap my head around is people who steal just for ego, or the pleasure of it, for personal satisfaction.
Is there any other kind of satisfaction as well stealing for? Of course it's personal satisfaction. Anyway, I've gone for a rather different film. One of my favourites of recent years, from a novel from one of my favourite authors, although he's a rather grim read at the best of times. He's now no longer with us, Cormac McCarthy. And the film is The Road from 2009. I've recommended it before. I make no apology for returning to it. Viggo Mortensen, him off the Lord of the Rings saga, is in it. And the young man he's guiding around this post-apocalyptic world is played by Cody Smit-McPhee. It was a great performance by him. And basically, for reasons we're never quite clear, the Earth is dying. All animals have been wiped out. No food, no plants are growing. Human beings are eating each other. But for some reason, a dad and possibly his son, we don't quite know the exact nature of their relationship, are on the road trying to get to the coast for no other reason than it's there, it seems to me. On the way, they have some terrifying encounters. The book is even more chilling, particularly the scene when the father figure goes down into the basement of a house where there's obviously life, and he realises something awful is going on down there with lots of trapped human beings. So be warned, this is not far from it. It's a very chilling watch. Great cast. Robert Duvall, we've got Charlize Theron, and also Guy Pearce, who worked with the director John Hillcutt, underrated director, on the film, the kind of Australian Western, The Proposition, which I thought was a really good film as well. It's on, but it's on 10 minutes to 1 into Saturday morning, but I'm still going to count it as my Friday recommendation. It's on, and it's a fantastic film, if you haven't seen it, folks. It's on Great Action, 12:50am tonight into Saturday morning. It's from 2009. It's The Road. Frightened you will be. Here's a bit of the trailer.
I told the boy, when you dream about bad things happening, it shows you're still fighting. Because when you start to dream about good things, you should start to worry.
How many people do you think are still alive?
In the world? Not very many. It is cold and growing colder as the world slowly dies. No animals have survived. when all the crops are long gone.
I won't survive another winter here.
We gotta keep moving. Head south to the coast.
The roads are peopled by gangs looking for food.
That boy looks hungry.
You look at him again, I'll shoot you in the head.
I don't think you killed a man in your life.
Bang! It's the wrong answer. Anyway, we've also got the second recommendation from Van Connor there. Where are you taking us tomorrow on Saturday, Van?
I am going to give you the greatest Christmas movie ever made. And I'm sorry. No, it just is. It is. I'm sorry. I will die on this hill. So, Die Hard, based on the novel Nothing Lasts Forever by Roderick Thorpe, itself a sequel to The Detective from 1966, which was, I think, adapted into the...
Sinatra was in that, wasn't he? I think, in The Detective. Wow, I didn't know that.
Exactly. So, this was adapted into the 1968 movie with Sinatra. And because of that, in 1986, when they were developing the sequel, which Fox owned the rights to based on, 20 years previous, they had to offer this to Frank Sinatra, who at that point was 70 years old, and of course said, I'm not going to do this. Of course I'm not going to. They had to rewrite it. And what they rewrote it into is, as I say, the single greatest Christmas movie ever made. It is the story of a father overcoming adversity to face down the evil forces of reverse capitalism, to reunite with his family on Christmas Eve. Said man is, of course, New York detective John McClane. Said setting is, of course, Nakatomi Tower, in reality, the then newly constructed Fox Plaza in Century City, which made this disastrously cheap to make, and it cast a then unknown theatre actor by the name of Alan Rickman as the greatest villain cinema has ever known. None other than Hans Gruber, who wants nothing more than $640 million of negotiable bearer bonds locked in Nakatomi's safe. John McClane, of course, wants nothing more than to reunite with his estranged wife, the gorgeous Bonnie Bedelia, which I didn't know was a fetish until Brooklyn Nine-Nine did this about 10 years ago. Honeymoon gag. And it's just wonderful. It is, as I say, the greatest Christmas.
Can I make you turn Grinch green with envy now? Because on the Drive Time show yesterday, with Andy Golson and Dan Bent, they had the actor who played Argyle the chauffeur on.
No!
That's a booking,
really?
isn't it? That's a booking. They did, yes. Because everybody...
You didn't call me.
Everybody with half a brain knows this is one of the greatest action films of all time, certainly from the 80s, and a fantastic Christmas film. Where can we catch this masterpiece, please, this chef-d'oeuvre?
This seminal work of contemporary cinema, I say contemporary, it's now 35.
Have you nicked all that stuff from your PhD dissertation or your thesis?
I have not only written many papers on Die Hard, I have read many books, I have presented many screenings, I have spoken in public at length
and you've worn many sweaty white vests.
Do you know how many Die Hard sweatshirts, T-shirts, any kind? I own pants with Die Hard on them. Many items of clothing for Die Hard. Of course, I have spoken at length. I have borrowed liberally for my own works on Die Hard. You can see this Saturday night, the 23rd of December, Channel 4, 9 p.m. I suggest you sack the night off, my friend. Do nothing else but watch Die. In fact, do you know what? If you're doing nothing in the meanwhile, just go on Spotify and play Guys Night, the band Guys Night, and their song Die Hard over and over until Saturday night at 9 p.m. and just revel in McClanery, I say. Yippee-ki-yay, I give you the greatest moment. Of course, I have bleeped it because I have to, because it is this movie. I give you the greatest moment, the moment we all remember from the greatest Christmas movie ever made, sir. This is Die Hard.
And he only said half a phrase there. He meant to say, yippee-ki-yay, mother flipper. Here we go.
Mr. Mystery Guest. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Unless you want to open the front door for me.
No, I'm afraid not. But you have me at a loss. You know my name, but who are you? Just another American who saw too many movies as a child? Another orphan of a bankrupt culture who thinks he's John Wayne, Rambo, Marshall Dillon.
I was always kind of partial to Roy Rogers, actually. I really like those sequin shirts.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, mother...
Wow, that is a film and a half. I'm booking a seat for that one.
Oh.
Now, my recommendation is a little earlier than Die Hard when it was released, and it summed up a kind of huge apex in the first time around career of John Travolta. It was from 1978, Grease. It was not only the word then, I think they had 5 or 6 hit singles from this one album. It cost $6 million. It made $400 million and rising so far. You know the story. Danny Zuko goes to Australia for reasons best known to his parents, bumps into old Sandy, and have a lovely kind of teenagey romance thing, even though they're both well into their 30s. But when they go back to Rydale High, Danny can't pretend that he's falling in love with it. Well, can't say he's falling in love with a girlie. And the girlie is heartbroken, and then there's trouble and teenage tantrum and angst. And in the end, it all comes to the good. And we go together like Ramalama Ding Dong. I'm not going to bother with the plot because there isn't much of one. Great songs in it, though. And I did know that the Sandy song was actually written while the movie was being filmed because John Travolta, his agent, said, look, Sandy's got her solo song, Hopelessly Devoted to You, from the original stage musical. Where's Danny's song? And they came up with Sandy, and that's why he's just wandering around like an abandoned swing park. They had no other location in mind. And also, of course, You're the One That I Want, and you're always the one that we want, Van. You're the one that I want wasn't in the original stage version. So whether it was written just for the film, I do not know. But it's Grease. It's on 4:25 p.m, a Saturday afternoon, on Film 4. What's not to love?
Attention, seniors.
Well, here we are again.
So this is Rydell.
Hey, so what'd you do all summer, Danny? Huh?
What did you do this summer, Sandy? Oh, I spent most of it at the beach.
Oh, I just love the first day of school, don't you?
Oh, come on, you don't want to hear all the horny details. Are you okay? How are you? Sandy!
Danny?
Go together like
One of those. I mean, they didn't waste a lot of time writing lyrics in those days, did they? I mean, in the original 50s, lovely film, that very sweet film. And my final recommendation for our first chunk of chat is on Legend Extra, not a channel we mention often. I may have mentioned this film before, but I thoroughly enjoy. I enjoy any film where John Malkovich is allowed to go full Malkovich. He did in Con Air and saw that film, and in Red, R.E.D., which stands for Retired Extremely Dangerous, he does it again. It's one of the funniest performances ever, and also, as always with him, a slightly manic, psychotic, chilling edge to it. And basically, again in the show, it's another Bruce Willis recommendation. He's in it along with the likes of Helen Mirren, John Malkovich, and they're Reds. Basically, not communists. No, quite the reverse. They're former top operatives, CIA, Homeland Security, who, when they move away from their time at the top, are designated Retired Extremely Dangerous, and then for one reason or another, the MacGuffin is the CIA suddenly decide they're too much of a risk to be allowed to live, or some shadowy organisation does, and they're on some kind of hit list. And that's all you need to know. Laughs aplenty, action galore, gore galore, and this is on Legend Extra, 9 p.m. Sunday afternoon, evening, well, 9 p.m.'s evening, isn't it, really? Santa's kind of getting ready by that time, and we've got the trailer of, there was a sequel, not as good, but not bad, Red, Retired Extremely Dangerous. Do yourself a favour, have a double dose of Willis this weekend, and watch this one as well.
Don't make any sudden moves. Don't talk about satellites.
Seriously?
Why are you trying to kill me?
Why would I be trying to kill you?
Because the last time we met, I tried to kill you.
That was a long time ago.
Some people hold on to things like that.
They used to be the CIA's top agents.
Victoria, best wet work asset in the business.
What's that? I kill people, dear.
But the secrets they know
This is off the books, total blackout.
just made them the agency's top targets.
Of course it does. So, Van, what's your final recommendation for us? You're back in the next hour of the programme, I think, talking through the Christmas period direct movies. So, but what's our next recommendation, though, from you, sir?
I'm going to go soft on you, Paul, now. I got to admit, I didn't like this movie when I reviewed this for a university publication in 2006 when it came out, and I was very sniffy about it, and I'm going to eat crow now. I do this every year. I've done it for a few years now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to have to recommend The Holiday, which is on Channel 5 on Sunday.
Who are you, and what have you done with Van Connor?
I mean, you know me. You know I love a rom-com. I am a rom-com hoe. I love a rom-com. This one was not my jam at the time, but it kind of is now. And do you know what it is? It's because I have now, in the last, 5-6 years, dated so many women over the Christmas season who are such big The Holiday fans that I've sort of absorbed it by osmosis. And I kind of get it. I get the fantasy. The Holiday in which you have the the LA big shot played by Cameron Diaz, and you have the London Richard Curtis rom-com lead played by Kate Winslet, and they swap vacation homes for Christmas and all of the incumbent rom-com tropes that come with them. So one of them, obviously Cameron Diaz, transplanted to the UK, gets, the hunky, turtlenecked, jumper-clad brother-in-law, Dreamboat, played by Jude Law, and Kate Winslet, because there is no such thing as fairness, gets Jack Black. And it's just wonderful. I want to hate it, but I love it.
I'm not his type, but I'd rather spend time with Jack Black than Jude Law. Funny though Jude Law could be, I'm sure, but I suppose, different things float a chick's boat, as they used to say back in the 70s.
But that's it. But you've got Jude Law on full-on hunky dad mode. He's like widow dad mode. He is catnip at this point. He is lint-claden catnip at this time. And you get Jack Black, who's just charming. I mean, I don't like Jack Black. I don't like him at all. And I love him in this. It's such a great movie. And it works. Everything about this movie is charming as hell. And you can see this on Channel 5, as I say, 3:45 on Sunday afternoon. And I defy you, if you've never seen The Holiday and you've ever been sniffy about it based on its concept, I defy you to watch this movie, sit through all of it, and tell me that you are not wooed. You are not sufficiently seasonally charmed, my friend. And on this ground, I'm just going to give you a clip of it just being as charming as it can possibly. I give you the ladies of The Holiday, sir.
Our Christmas Eve recommendation for Van Connor. Here we go.
Hi, sorry, that was Amanda.
How'd she sound? How's she doing?
She just asked me how you are.
And what did you say?
I asked her to hold. Can I call you back?
I can hold while you speak to her.
Really?
Find out how she is.
Okay. And my brother wants to know how you are.
Can you tell him that I'm good and that I'm just taking Charlie for a walk in the village? What's he been up to, did he say?
I'm not sure.
Do you want me to ask him? Sure.
Okay. Hold, please. I can't believe that you have had sex with the woman staying in my house!
He told you that?
Oh, my God!
Oh, my God!
Oh, my God! I thought I was talking to Graham. Could you just hold, please? I'm terribly sorry.
And then in come the terrorists, led by Stephen Burkhoff, with Alan Rickman backing up, and everybody gets killed. In a parallel universe. Okay, Van Connor's back with us in about an hour's time with his Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and the day after Boxing Day's recommendations on talkSPORT and talkRADIO when we're live. Till 5 for the moment, though. That's a wrap.